from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. You know, we've been to El Reno a few times, but this time it's for something completely different. It's the Battle of the Bands, and it's coming up the 18th and the 19th of this month. I'm Brett.
And I am Harley.
How many Battle of the Bands have you ever been to?
Absolutely one.
Were you in the battle?
No. It happened in a small town.
Oh.
Marty McFly was there.
Oh, that's right. Right, when he had to play the guitar to get his parents together.
Yes,
right?
That's the only Battle of the Bands that I've ever been to.
I've been to one, and it was many, many moons ago. Hell, I didn't even know that.
No, I take that back.
What?
Bill and Ted.
Yep, the Wild Stallions.
Yep, so two.
You've been to two Battle of the Bands. Have you seen the new Bill and Ted yet?
I have not. I have no desire to.
Does the video on demand thing kind of turn you off a little bit about movies now? Do you kind of feel like, well, you know, we probably wouldn't make a ton of money in the theater anyway. We might as well just put it on VOD.
I don't have a problem with it. I just don't think Hollywood has put anything out, and they can blame COVID.
I think this gives you a pass. If you're Hollywood, you are taking full advantage of the fact that nobody's going to the movies.
Yeah.
But are you guilty of paying the $20? Have you done the video on demand theater straight to home thing where it's like $20?
I've probably done it once or twice.
I've done it twice. I did it for The Invisible Man, which is really good, and then The Hunt, which are, you know, it's one of those things where you're taking a gamble. Wait, and there was a Kristen Stewart movie that was basically where Cthulhu was the creature at the end. Spoiler alert. Where she was part of a team and they go down. It's kind of Abyss meets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I gambled on that one. Because you couldn't go to the dang movies. Like, if you really want to see something, when are you going to see it?
In 2021, we're going to see Dune.
We are going to see Dune. We're going to see Dune. It looks really good. It's promising. But until then, we're headed to a Battle of the Bands in El Reno, Oklahoma. Coming up after this. There's no secret. I've talked about it before, and I talk about it all the time about being an independent contractor. I did Postmates for a while. I've done DoorDash. Well, I got an email the other day. They're doing quarterly taxes for Postmates. Like, they're taking this shit seriously. Again, this is 2020 is a dumpster fire. If there was a motto, it's the dumpster fire of all dumpster fires, but we can't take the year off of taxes.
Well, and just to take it a step further, the federal government doesn't have a problem making 2020 an even worse dumpster fire for you personally if you don't do your taxes right.
Now, I know recently there have been talks, Trump's talking about pushing through this bill that basically erases your payroll tax. I don't know if it's an option or not, but be smart about it. And if you're going to be smart, get your free 30-minute consultation with Holiday Tax Group.
Absolutely. They've got a discount for military personnel and teachers. They get 20% off. And again, they do have a free 30-minute consultation. You can give them a call. It's 405-730-3100.
Or you can find them on the most innovative technology, the interwebs, at holidaytaxgroup.com. That's holiday with 2 L's. All right, well, we've been to El Reno a time or two, but we've never been to a Battle of the Bands. And coming up September the 18th and 19th, at the Center Theater, they are having a Battle of the Bands. You got to get your ass in the stands. And joining us tonight is Kristen Keil Richardson with the Center Theater in El Reno. Kristen, welcome back.
Hi, guys. How are you?
So when you're not prosecuting Joe Exotic and you're not knitting masks, you're trying to come up with a Battle of the Bands of the century. Tell us more.
Yes. Okay, so it's September 18th and 19th, and it starts at 6 p.m. on both days. We have a block party with, I think we have about 15 vendors, and we've got 4 food trucks and sidewalk sales and beer and wine gardens. Inside the Center Theater is where the bands will be playing.
How much of an area, you know, with all the new statewide regulations, how spread out is this going to be? What can we expect? Is everybody going to be 6 blocks away from each other? Give us kind of a little bit of the virtual tour, if you will.
Well, we are leaving that up to everybody who comes to visit. If they are outside and they can't stay 6 feet away from somebody, they can wear their mask if they want to. We are not enforcing any kind of social distancing. Everybody is responsible for that for themselves. And we're just in a 1 block radius, so everything is kind of close together. Yeah, everybody can decide for themselves if they want to wear a mask.
Well, I'm 100% all in with people having the personal responsibility aspects brought back into their life. But I am a little curious, what exactly are we gonna see at the Battle of the Bands? Are these high school bands? Is this open to the general populace? Did we audition them, or just people are going to show up? That would scare me a little bit.
No, they've all registered. We don't have any high school bands that I know of anyway. I think that they're all established bands, but some of them we do have some solo artists. We've got a wide variety of genres of music. We've got heavy metal, and we've got rock. We've got bluegrass, country, post-rock. We've got a little bit of everything.
So, Kristen, we've talked to festival organizers since the beginning of the pandemic. I hate to say it. I may have to have that edited out and have him put in like the Rainbow Festival or something that's has a little bit more pop and pizzazz to it. And what we're hearing is a lot of, acts, their lineups are changing almost bi-weekly, and then it gets down to the wire, and then we have to cancel. In terms of, is everybody still kind of on board? Are you having to kind of make concessions for your concessions? What's the overall vibe? Is everybody pretty excited, or?
Oh yeah, everybody's excited, and we've to put their minds at ease. Anybody who has a booth space or food truck or any of the vendors, their registration fee is returned if the government shuts it down for any reason. So as long as we don't suddenly have to quarantine again, everything's going to go ahead as planned.
So is it kind of, when you're trying to organize something like this, where you're dealing with food, you're dealing with all types of different vendors and attendants and bands and things like that, are you almost waiting on a daily basis to see if that call comes?
No, I think we're good. I don't think we're going to shut down again anytime soon. I feel pretty good about it.
Good. That's something that has been bugging us for a while now. Just the level of enthusiasm from people who are organizing events or have any sort of activities. The apprehension seems to be kind of draining away a little bit. So I'm happy to hear that you're feeling more comfortable in organizing the event and feel like everything's going steady. That's good news for me.
Good. Glad we can make people happy.
So, Kristen, when do things kick off? What time do we need to be there? Be there or be square. What time is that?
Friday the 18th at 6 o'clock is when we start, and we'll go until 11 or 11:30 that night. And then round 2 starts on Saturday the 19th at 6 o'clock.
One last question in regards to that. Are we playing with small town America noise ordinances? Are we are we going to be jamming into the wee hours, or not? Is 9 o'clock? Is that going to be lights on at 9?
No.
Did I hear 11? I did hear 11.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Harley whispered 11.
Right.
Why I heard 9, I have no idea. I'm sorry. I am an active listener, but sometimes I miss some things.
With this being one of the very few activities that's currently slated for the weekend, what's the best way for us to get tickets in advance?
You can go to ERCTinfo.com, and they can go on our website there and get tickets, or they can get them at the box office here. To get into the block party, all of that is no charge. To get in to see the bands, it's $10 a day or a $15 wristband for both days.
Okay, and lastly, it's an event that's happening pretty quick. Are the vendor slots open? Are you still able to register this late in the game?
Yeah, we could take a few more vendors.
All right, so
same contact information on that, Kristen? ERCT info?
Yes.
Okay. We'll put it in the show notes.
Yes.
Well, Austin, it sounds like a ton of fun. We were talking briefly. I haven't been to a Battle of the Bands in 25 years. And then Harley's like, I haven't been to one since Bill and Ted. I'm like, okay. So it sounds like a lot of fun. Like, I just feel like there's a little bit of something for everybody. And we need live music right now. I'll take local music. I'll take any type of live music at this point.
I agree. We are ready to make something happen here. We're tired of having a dark theater, and we want to move ahead with things.
Well, Kristen, as always, we love it when you guys and dolls come on the show with the Center Theater, and definitely keep us posted, and we'll be sending people your way, because I know that you got some productions coming, and you'll be back to talk about those for sure.
Okay, thank you.
So variety is the spice of life, the Battle of the Bands, live music. Can we just talk live music for once in a very great while? I'm looking forward to the idea. I may not make it because I'm book solid. I'm out of babysitter coupons. Okay. I may be there in spirit.
I experienced some live music recently and you didn't. It's weird. Because I was in Medicine Park to take part in an eating challenge.
And I have commitment issues.
And you couldn't make it, and then you could make it, but you were going to be late. You were going to be just late enough that you couldn't make it for the hottest pepper in the world challenge.
Right. Well, but I also know when 7 minutes means 7 minutes and not 20 minutes, but we still got our steak anyway, though, didn't we?
Yes, but I did hear some cool blues at the Blues Festival in Medicine Park. It was a great time, and I really feel like people are ready for it. We're going to be having some festivals in the middle of January, I'm pretty sure. People are ready for some outside activities, and I don't think they care anymore.
No. I hear a little boy in the other room right now who's singing the blues right now. Bedtime blues. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you get a chance to get out there, food trucks, music, atmosphere, you can't go wrong. Especially it's the fall. It's starting to cool down. It's not going to be sweltering while you're out there. Probably, hopefully, maybe. I don't know. The last couple of days have had me completely fooled because it's going to be 85 degrees tomorrow. But lots of fun. Get out there.
Absolutely. Check out their website, ERCTinfo.com. And while you're out there on the interwebs, be sure to subscribe to this show.
Yeah, and while you're driving to the Battle of the Bands down Route 66, think about us.
Listen to the back catalog. There are about 90 episodes back there. So you've got plenty of material to listen to.
And it's all solid gold.
100% solid gold.
Right. If they didn't cancel the Emmys this year, we would have won one.
Well, this has been the Only an OK Show. I am Harley.
I'm Brett.
And we're out of here.
Peace. Boom gee boom gee yang ga. Why can't I ever? There it is. There it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody find me somebody to I was listening. What's that song by? It's got George Michael and Aretha Franklin from the 80s.
We Are the World?
No, they did a song together. But anyway, they played a lot at work because we have Muzak, and there's two kinds of Muzak. There's the Muzak that actually plays songs, which I didn't know if you knew this, and then there's the instrumental stuff. Those were fun when I worked at Brahms because I'd sit there and go, you'd hear, I mean, it wouldn't be like you could tell that it was Africa, but it was like, okay. But anyway, so there's this song by George, I can't think of the name of it, George Michael and Aretha Franklin, where at one point they're literally trying to out-sing each other. He's like, whoa, whoa, and she's like, yeah. I don't know what it is. But when you watch Aretha Franklin, when they do like a It's a Divas tribute to any of those old performances. They're literally, it's like watching, you remember the bodybuilding performance, like bodybuilding contests where they're like standing for each other and having when they're in the flex off, basically.
Yeah.
It's like that. Aretha would always come out front and go, yeah, yeah. And then someone else would come and go, ooh. And she's like, oh, hell no. Oh, ow, ow, ow. I mean, it's like that in that song. I'm like, why is that? It's like if he gets 3 yes, she's got to go, yeah, yeah. Like, why? I don't even understand. We know you're the greatest. Now you're both dead. Who's the real champion now?
Is this the movie theater? We need to book a suite at the movies.
I opt out of all of your bullshit.
3, 2,